Hey, what's up guys? Spencer Rhodes here. So, Kenny is a character that appears in several seasons of the Walking Dead Telltale video game series. Now, with the Walking Dead Telltale video game series, there's 4 games, and they're each considered a different season, and they each have either 4 or 5 episodes. And Kenny is a character that he's one of the characters you meet in the very first episode of the very first season, and he's in all 5 episodes of season 1. And then he supposedly dies. However, in episode 2 of season 2, his character returns, and he stays in the story all the way to episode 5 of season 2, where his character can have multiple endings depending on the choices you make as the character of Clementine. Because these games are RPGs, you can choose different dialogue options and different things can happen that affect the story. Different characters die in different moments, different things happen. It's just an RPG. Different things happen, you pick different dialogue options. Now, it's a little overrated as far as the RPG elements go, because really, for the most part, especially in the first 2 seasons, your choices don't really matter that much. The games keep telling you over and over again about how your choices matter, but they don't really matter that much. It's just usually the same basic stuff happens. Really, it just makes a few little small differences. And it's always telling you about how characters will remember this and characters will remember that. And sometimes it really doesn't matter what they remember and what they don't remember, because the same stuff happens anyway. Season 3 and Season 4 were a little different as far as the RPG elements go, because you can actually change a decent amount of the characters that live and the characters that die, and it's actually permanent, like they permanently live and stuff like that. And in the first 2 games, basically the same characters die no matter what. Really, there's not that much of a difference. But at the end of Season 2, you have there's different endings, and there's an ending where Kenny dies, there's an ending where Kenny doesn't die, there's an ending where Kenny stays with Clementine, there's an ending where Kenny leaves Clementine. However, at the start of Season 3, I don't know, the writers or the producers or something, you can just tell that they just didn't give a shit. They just didn't give a shit. I mean, Kenny looked weird. Kenny looked ugly in Season 3. Like, he didn't look right, and I mean, I thought his eye patch was cool and his gray hair and stuff, but, and you know, they got the voice actor. And as far as his writing goes, it was good. But basically, if you choose to stay with Kenny, Kenny dies. Kenny and Clementine are in a car, and Kenny gets badly injured, paralyzed from the waist down, and Kenny forces Clementine to leave him because there's a big-ass group of walkers coming, and he forces Clementine to leave him, and he shoots some of the walkers and fights them, and gets torn apart, which buys Clementine time to escape. So that's it for Kenny. If you choose to stay with Kenny, Kenny violently dies in Season 3. However, in Season 2, at the end, if you choose to separate with Kenny and Kenny leaves, that's it. He never really dies. You don't know what happens to him. He's never seen again. You could argue that it's a pretty depressing, it's a pretty hopeless ending for him, because they're in like a really heavy blizzard, snowy weather thing, and Kenny even gives Clementine his hat, and he knows he's never going to see Clementine again, and she's basically choosing to like not be with Kenny anymore. She's kind of choosing to sacrifice him so that she can be with this group of people that say that only she can join them because they don't have enough room for Kenny. So she's like, look, yeah, I'll stay here, bye Kenny. I mean, it's what Kenny wants. Kenny actually begs her to do it, but it's just kind of a depressing ending. It's a very depressing ending for Kenny. It's the sad music that's playing. He gives her his hat. He just seems like this broken man, and he just walks away and fades into the background, fades into the snow, and that is his ending. It's very depressing, but, technically, he doesn't die in that ending. We never see an on-screen death for him. We never see an on-screen death. There's also like a little mini ending where you can actually leave Kenny before that. That's definitely a hopeless ending because he doesn't even get a chance to redeem himself. He had just like killed Jane, and you can choose to just walk away from him, and that's it. But if you don't do that, you get the endings to either stay with him or leave him, or you can kill him and save Jane. But no one likes that bitch. I'm kidding. I mean, I did hate Jane. She literally leaves a kid in a car, in the blizzard, surrounded by walkers, crying alone. A baby crying alone in a blizzard, in a car, where walkers are trying to, like, eat him to prove a point about Kenny being an angry person. Yeah, that... She pretends like the baby is dead because she wants to make Kenny angry and prove that Kenny is a psychopath because Kenny has like a hot temper and she doesn't like it. She's I hated it then and I hate it now. I hated her character then and I hate her character now. And by the way, if you choose to stay with Jane, you know what she does? She finds out she's pregnant and she hangs herself. So she abandons Clementine and the baby, and she commits suicide because she's pregnant. I mean, what a shocker, right? The stupid idiot that locks a baby in a car alone in the blizzard surrounded by walkers, trying to make someone mad for stupid reasons, finds out she's pregnant and kills herself, and is selfish and abandons two children, a child and a baby. Yeah, who would think that she would do something like that? I mean, it's not like she's an idiot that locked a baby in a car or anything. What a shocker. At least Kenny does the right thing. He dies because he's sacrificing himself to save Clementine and the baby, which I think is better. But some people out there like Jane, hey, to each their own, you know, tomato, tomato. I'm not mad at you guys as long as you guys aren't mad at me. But if you let Kenny kill Jane, if Jane dies, you get these different endings. You can leave Kenny, you can stay with Kenny. But if you stay with Kenny, it's like you get punished for it because he dies. So do I think he was killed off too soon? Yeah, I think Season 3 was pretty stupid. You don't even get to play as Clementine throughout the whole game. You have to... You play as this other character named Javier, and he's just this kind of stupid character. And Season 3 was just kind of mostly stupid and had issues and just stupid stuff. And it would have been cool if they had bothered to keep Kenny alive. I'm guessing the main reason they didn't keep Kenny alive very long in Season 3 is because he's a character. He can be dead in the first place. He's an optional character in the first place. He's not like Clementine or the baby where they're definitely still alive no matter what ending you choose in Season 2. Kenny is a character that can be dead at the beginning of Season 3. Because he can die in Season 2, or you can leave him in Season 2. So they didn't want to... I'm guessing they were lazy, and they didn't want to spend a lot of budget on having this whole optional storyline with Kenny that doesn't even have to be there in the first place because he can be dead in the first place. So they didn't want to spend a lot of budget on having Kenny be in like 2 episodes, or 3 episodes, or 4 episodes, or 5 episodes. They just have him die instantly if you stay with him at the end of Season 2, because it just seemed like they were lazy and they didn't want to have a whole optional thing with Kenny where you can just stay with him through Season 3, maybe even in Season 4. I think that would have been great. I think a lot of people would have liked that. A lot of people that stayed with Kenny would have liked to have actually been able to be with Kenny for a while. It's like the Vermeer thing in the video game Mass Effect 1, where in Mass Effect 1, you're on this planet Vermeer, and you have to choose between saving one crew member or another crew member. And whichever one you save, the other one dies. And the one that survives is in Mass Effect 2 and is in Mass Effect 3. And they have a big role in Mass Effect 3, and they don't have a big role in Mass Effect 2. That's more of a cameo. But that's what they could have done with Kenny. You save him, you keep him alive, guess what? You get to keep him around for a while. Something like that. That would have been pretty cool. But I feel like they were just lazy with Season 3. I guess the writers or the producers in Season 3 were different. Season 3 just wasn't that good. Season 4 was definitely better than Season 3. Season 3 was just kind of a mess. But yeah, they should have kept Kenny alive. They should have kept Kenny going and had him be a part of the story in season 3. So I think that would have been the right thing to do. That would have been a great option to have, because he was an awesome character. I really liked his character. I know some people didn't. I know he had a hot temper, but his heart was always in the right place, and he was always fighting for Clementine and the baby. And there were a lot of characters that were just like mean to Clementine, or just like abandoned Clementine, or screwed Clementine over. Like, Kenny was pretty loyal for Clementine. He was one of the characters that fought for Clementine the most. Probably more than any other character besides Lee. Probably as much as Lee. And I like that about him. I like that he was willing to fight for Clementine. He was willing to fight for the baby. He had his issues. He had his anger management problems. But he lost his entire family in the first game. And then he loses his girlfriend in the second game. And he loses his eye. I mean, dang. And after that, he's okay. You know, once he kills that idiot Jane, which I'm completely against in the first place, he actually tries to redeem himself. And he does redeem himself. He selflessly volunteers to leave Clementine and the baby with this community of people that won't accept him. You know, he begs them to just let Clementine and the baby stay, because at first they're like, no one can be with us. We don't have enough room. But Kenny's just like, no, just take the kids. Just take the kids. I'll leave. Just take the kids. He's being selfless. He begs Clementine to just stay with them. Her and the baby to just stay with them, and him go off on his own. He's doing this selfless thing. He's trying to redeem himself. In season 3, when he dies, he's doing this selfless thing. He's redeeming himself. He's sacrificing himself to buy Clementine time. And he gets ripped apart by walkers. He's paralyzed. He doesn't hesitate to sacrifice himself. I think he's a pretty cool character. He's a pretty good person. He has his flaws. He has anger problems. He's kind of a redneck. He's not really racist, although he had some funny moments with that stuff, but he's really not that racist or anything. But I really liked him as a character, and I think a lot of people liked him as a character. He's definitely the third most popular character overall, besides Clementine and Lee. He's definitely the third most popular character. So it really would have been cool if Telltale had... I'm not against Telltale having Kenny be a character that you can kill in Season 2, because I know that there's those people out there that are like, oh, Kenny's angry, hey, we gotta kill him, blah, blah, blah. Sorry. I won't make fun of you guys again. I promise. So I understand Telltale leaving that ending where you can have him killed, or you can leave him. But there's also the pretty heavy Kenny fan base that wanted Kenny to stick around. They wanted Clementine to be with Kenny. So I think Telltale kind of should have they should have spent the money. They should have spent the budget for Kenny to stick around in season 3, for that option for Kenny to stick around in season 3, and you can keep Kenny in season 3. I think they should have done that. I wish they had done that. I think that would have been just a very smart thing to do. But it just seemed like they were kind of lazy with it, and they just killed him off because they didn't want to bother to spend the money on an optional dead character being alive for a while. But yeah, that's just my opinion. Maybe you guys feel differently. But yeah. Anyway, that's all I have for this video. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Don't be shy. Hit that like and subscribe. I'm not going anywhere. I make 1 to 2 Walking Dead videos per day, so please hit that subscribe button. Right now we are at 598 subscribers. My goal is to try to get to 600 in the next few days. So just remember, every subscriber counts. Every bit of support matters and is very, very appreciated. Hopefully we can get to that goal of 600. We are very, very close to 600 subscribers. Just 2 more subscribers until we get to that 600 goal. But yeah, with all that said, I am Spencer Rhodes, and I will see you guys later. Bye.